this has to go with building your team, right?
So we talked about your first deal. Is there a specific deal that you think is worth diving into, that brings you memorable lessons and gems, or has everything been a smooth ride so far? And if it has, all blessings go to you, my friend. But I guess, can you think of any deal where you had a few hiccups and a few lessons that you kind of were able to pull from that? We're in a lab, man. I got to go in.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So, but where I learned the lesson from this was it was supposed to be a 4-month project. I interviewed some contractors. This has to go with building your team, right? You got a couple key people on your team, and if anyone's messed up on that team, then your project's probably going to be messed up. So in my situation, it was a contractor. I interviewed a bunch of contractors. There actually wasn't that many contractors that were actually licensed available in that area that I could find, at least.
And tell us why that's important to have a licensed contractor versus
so it's extremely important to that contractors have their license and their bonds, because if something goes wrong on your property, well, mainly for the inspection, right? So the city inspectors come by, and if your guy's not licensed, then he's going to shut the project down off rip, right? And then if he messes something up, an inspector's going to come out and make sure it's right. If the guy, if it's done wrong, you, the owner, are going to have to pay to get it ripped out and refixed. If he doesn't have a bond, if your contractor doesn't have like bond insurance, then
that's right.
Yeah, exactly. If you're
liability
insurance, exactly. So it's basically, instead of if he messes up $100,000 worth of stuff to your property, you basically go after that money through the bond insurance that he has.
Exactly.
You don't have to go directly to that contractor, because likely he's not going to have the money to pay you.
No, I think that's great gems, Dan. Yeah. I like to pick out the gems, because we sometimes do this with our eyes closed, and you're talking and you're dropping value, and I just want to pull it out without making you go down the rabbit hole. But that's the key gem right there. Contractors that are licensed. So you picked out your licensed contractor, which is one key member of your team. Who else was there on that 4 unit that you were pulling in as well?
So for the contractor, the property manager, and that was really it for that stage of the I guess operation, if you will. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so this contractor he was robbing Peter to pay Paul, and I didn't know that. Obviously, I wasn't on site. I did have a tenant that was an inherited tenant that kind of let me know, hey, he wasn't here today. Hey, he hasn't been here for like 2 weeks and stuff. So that's kind of how I caught on to this. Luckily, I was using lien waivers, so I wouldn't pay out any money until I verified that things were actually done, and then I would pay the money from there.